Hey, Friday, what's up? Huh? What'd I do? I ain't done nothing. Well, you were supposed to review Jonah, but you didn't. Well, to be fair, I haven't reviewed it yet, so... Hey guys, it's King Philomer! Is this true, Miss Fanatic? You won't review my magnum opus? Well, yes. No. Yes. It's your movie. But no, it's not a magnum opus. You and I both know that the movie didn't go so well in theaters. You wrote about that in your book. You're right. But can you at least give it a whirl? You're gonna be honest in your video, right? Alright, fine. But please, I want to know your opinion. I could take it. I lived through it. I'll be more than happy to tell you what I think, Mr. Philomer Twistimer. Great! Please, we must hear the message. The message? Oh. Well, since you guys had me at this execution for no reason... In fact, there was no execution in the original Jonah story. Okay, so you took some liberties with Jonah coming to Nineveh, but y'all couldn't take liberties with the ending? Oh my god, I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, today I'm going to tell you how and why Jonah is a strange film and why it's important to VeggieTales history. In fact, you guys didn't learn your lesson when you made that Pirates movie years later. By the way, click like on this video if you want me to review that one next. Anywho, Jonah was a prophet, yes, but who gets to play him? Not Bob, not Larry, but of all people, the asparagus who plays Alfred in the LarryBoy multiverse. Imagine that! So instead of using his British affiliation to justify that he's not a robot, you guys expect us to believe that Archibald would make a great lead in this cinematic adaptation of a Bible story that ends with its prophet learning nothing whatsoever. But hey, we'll figure out the lesson on our own, right? Oh my god. This one's gonna be a rough ride, so buckle up! Interesting opening. With the visuals and opening music, are we gonna be a part of Jonah's world in a second? I wanna be part of Jonah's world. And if you're wondering if this movie is a musical, yes. Sure, nothing wrong with that, considering this is VeggieTales. Speaking of songs, we get an opening where Bob and Dad Asparagus are taking some kids to a concert, and the group is having so much fun that they don't mind if Bob gets whacked in the head a few times with a guitar. And to make matters worse, Little Miss Applechopper Laura won't stop bragging about her backstage pass for the concert, which makes Junior mad.
I'm the only one who gets to meet him because I won the Twippo sweepstakes. You don't have to rub it in.
But don't you worry, Junior. Laura gets what she deserves when she loses her ticket. But hold on, how do we get here? Oh yeah, Dad gets his guitar stuck in the steering wheel for some reason. It also doesn't help that a porcupine saves her little ones by shooting her quills into the van tires. But wait, how did we get here? Oh yeah, the steering wheel is ripped off, and Bob tries to put it back on. Did it not cross your mind, Bob, to put the brake on? I would have pulled over at this point. So after going off-road, slamming into a clothesline with underwear on it, hi, whose are those, and setting off the airbags, The group finds a weird restaurant called Seafood. I'm sorry, Seafood. Not wanting to be near his fake friend Laura, Junior sits at a table where he meets up with the pirates who don't do anything. So yeah, they tell Junior that he needs to show more compassion to his friend. But instead of telling these people to mind their own business, Junior decides to check out their menu where compassion is written. By the way, mercy is magically written on the menu at a later scene. And this surprisingly segues into their story of Jonah. Now, what if I told you that these pirates know Jonah personally? I kid you not, they talk about Jonah as if they just met him the other day.
With that one guy?
Oh, do I ever.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
So, does that mean that time travel exists in the VeggieTales world? Because you have present day. But then you also have Bible times. But then you guys time travel in the next movie? My God, we just stumbled onto a theory. By the way, love the transition of Larry drinking his root beer. So mind-blowing. While these guys fail to pay their tab... Okay, wait a minute. Did you guys watch 8 Crazy Nights? Because the main character in that movie didn't pay their tab either. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Go hide the DVD. So they suck at paying tabs, but they don't suck at introducing our main character, Jonah. Again, the fact that Archibald was chosen for this lead role, it still blows my mind. And besides, doesn't his costume give you Aladdin vibes? Prince Jonah, he's a prophet, look at his camel. Which, by the way, has a monocle like its master. I mean, it's kind of like if I rode a horse and the horse had a LarryBoy helmet on, and it also had a ponytail like I did. Anyway, Jonah has a message from the Lord.
Stop right here, Reginald.
Wow, that's the first thing the lead character says in this movie. It's like if I started this review by saying this. Don't pee on the floor, Chica. So, what's this message about? I want to hear.
Do not fight, do not cheat, wash your hands before you eat.
So God wrote you a song? I mean, how long did it take you and these people to rehearse this song? We'll never know. Meanwhile, this mailman idiot is trying to do his job, but the people won't let him. Har har. Anyway, Jonah spends the night inside his Chinese takeout box tent, where he gets a new message from God. I guess he needs God to write the rest of this movie's songs, because he receives word that he has to go to the wonderful 2D animated world of Nineveh, and this leads to another song.
No, it cannot be.
Okay, first off, it's been over a minute since the previous song. Are you really going to throw another one at us? And second, the 2D animation from when they describe Nineveh, it's amazing. Why the hell was this 2D animation not in the LarryBoy Cartoon Adventure series? Even with a talented animator like Tom Bancroft having his fingerprints all over that show, you guys still managed to make the animation sloppy. But here the animation is clean and crisp. Not to mention, God's fire makes the cherry on top. But no, Big Idea was so desperate for money, according to Phil's memoir, so sloppy 2D animation it is. Well, to be fair, 321 Penguins was CG animated like VeggieTales, and Tom Bancroft had nothing to do with that. Yeah, that's the series with Larry Vacuums and Fatso over here. Thanks for reminding me. Whoopee. Anyway, back to your song where Jonah literally cries over his map. Ugh, can you sing Arabian Night already?
No.
Oh, wait a minute, guys. It's morning already? Time to get out of town. Or just scream at people like a madman.
Not going to Nineveh!
And that's where the pirates come in. A few minutes after running into Jonah, they somehow run into Jonah. It's a small world after all. And why make a cool transition when you can use a screen wipe? Believe me, most of the transitions in this movie are lazy and stupid. Anyways, the pirates don't want to help Jonah get out of Dodge. Well, why would they anyway? But then this prophet, with his power of persuasion, says this.
Money is no object.
This affects me somehow. I mean, what if Jonah was a woman? In fact, what if I, the LBF, said that exact same line to these guys? I mean, watch. Money is no object. Did I turn you on? Alright, back to this movie's bull. Shucks, we need to get back on schedule. It also doesn't help that these pirates suck at driving a ship. I mean, gee, everyone loses.
Keep going. You're good. You're good. Don't worry, Captain. We'll buff out those scratches.
You are powerful and attractive.
Did they just describe me? Yeah, you got that right. And also, what the heck was that? Just when you thought that there were demons in this movie, we get this tiny caterpillar named Khalil, and he's a traveling salesperson. Ugh, for God's sake, you remind me of that weird storyteller from the beginning of Aladdin. Now I know that this movie was supposed to be an Aladdin parody. Why couldn't we get a movie about that? And just when things couldn't get any weirder, Khalil, for some reason, suspects that Jonah has a huge secret that he doesn't want to tell the world. Spoiler alert, Khalil is completely wrong.
There's a woman in Nineveh, is there not? The woman's father is the head of an international ring of camel thieves that sail for Tarshish to deliver a message that will break the back of the camel thieves.
Yeah, I'm confused by that too. In fact, that face says it all. Khalil's story sounds like Jonah fanfiction. I mean, I love fanfiction, but by God, was this even necessary in the script? Anyway, Jonah has a nightmare, surprise, surprise. He wakes up to a storm, but the pirates can care less because they're playing goldfish. Pa Grape tells everyone to play Go Fish, and whoever loses is responsible for the storm. Am I right, boys? You know, I would say that this scene is dramatic for no reason, but in the original Bible story that this movie is sadly based on, the sailors had to draw straws to see who caused the storm. So yeah, Jonah loses, and he confesses, and he admits that he disobeyed God. So the pirates roll out the red carpet, or plank, for Jonah, but then they show off this thing. I just want to take the time to make a big X on this part of the movie, in its script or whatever. Seriously, do we really need a scene where the motor goes berserk and chases these pirates? I mean, I'm sorry, if you want this scene to work, you need to have, like, funny slapstick here and there. But no, there's no slapstick, it's just pointless. Seeing that Jonah would have to jump into the water anyways. By the way, someone tell Jonah that a swimming cap isn't necessary, since he's already wearing that stupid turban. But leave it to God to send a whale to put Jonah out of his fashion misery. Khalil gets eaten for no reason, except to annoy our protagonist some more.
Oh my.
My God, that sounded painful. As if he found out that his balls were on the chopping block. Well, at this point, they might as well be chopped off, because you're in a movie where there's underwear, people smelling weeks-old fish, hellfire, lazy transitions, and pirates who don't do anything unless you pay them out the ass. Classy, Jonah, real classy. The inside as well is huge. I mean, yeah, why wouldn't it? But too bad it's too dark in this place. I mean, next time bring a nightlight.
Have you ever seen anything so pathetic?
You got that from Hello? Okay, so Jonah prays for forgiveness like in the original story, or we get these angels jamming it up like the Sister Act movies. I mean, yeah, sure, we may be inside a whale, but hey, we got music. Yeah, let's party, let's dance. Okay, what were you saying earlier, Jonah?
Look around you! We're inside a whale! We're going to be digested!
Well, screw it. Let's dance to every gospel song you've ever heard in your life. No, now's not the time for another screen wipe. God, that takes me out of the previous scene. You know what? Let's fix that.
So from inside the whale...
Aha! My editing has done it again. Courtesy of the LBF, you're welcome. Yeah, that's me after watching this movie. So we get Jonah riding his camel to Nineveh. Yeah, you have such an important message from the Lord that you drag your feet. Oh my god, this is taking forever. Speed this up, please.
Turn back! Turn back!
Oh, really? Now this movie wants us to turn back. Well, that ship has sailed. But anyway, you ready for this, guys? Welcome to hell!
It's only a model.
He manages to get into the city thanks to the pirates because they spent all their money on snacks so that they can win a sweepstakes. Yeah, I don't get it either. But hey, they run into trouble when Larry is caught with free samples. Ooh! And here's your next problem. We get an unnecessary execution scene. By the way, hi Twistimer.
He looks happier on the bag.
Just like this DVD, it looks more epic on the box with the holographic foil. Now I know I've been lied to. So before the guys can get some much-needed slapping of no return, Jonah pleads his case, saying that he was trapped inside a whale. And how do the Ninevites validate his claims? I mean, are you ready? Are you ready to see how? I mean, get this.
Terribly sorry. I'll be meaning to shower.
What? That is the most cringy, brain-dead thing to ever happen in this movie. I remember this part making me cringe. I mean, why the hell would you smell someone to prove that they were just inside a whale? Was the seaweed and the tethered clothes not enough? Was his odd pale skin, which by the way makes him look like he's got jaundice, was that not enough? I mean, explain this to me, Phil. Tell me the reason. Tell me reason. Well, I didn't think that part was awkward when I was writing the script here. Look, Phil, you wanted me to review this thing, right? You're getting it. And somehow, a $7 million budget magically turned into a, what was it, $20 million budget? Or was it $14 million? Okay, we'll leave the budget alone. Regardless of how much money this film took, there are a lot of times where I kept saying, why is this part in the movie? Why is that part in the script? I mean, if I was looking over this movie's script, I would have given it back to you with red lines and X's and O's and, well, not those kinds of X's and O's. You will get some of that on some of the pages. I would have handed it back to you with corrections. And if you took into account those corrections, you would have had a 45-minute long direct-to-video, video. If you still want to execute me after this whole debacle or whatever, I understand. So, let's wrap this up, shall we? Jonah finally tells the Ninevites to repent so that they won't be destroyed by God's wrath. This apparently stops the execution, but rather than be grateful for having his life spared, Jonah still wishes death on Nineveh. Kind of like in the original story or whatever. Yeah, imagine my shock. Also, like in the original story, a plant grows, giving Jonah shade. Also, like in the Bible, a bug eats the plant, thanks Khalil, and Jonah is upset. So Khalil tries to talk some sense into Jonah, but doesn't get anywhere. Wait a minute, that's not in the Bible, silly Willy. God is the one that tells Jonah to have compassion and mercy for his enemies. But regardless, Jonah's story ends here. Yeah, even VeggieTales, who made creative versions of biblical stories before, no, they can't end Jonah's story on a positive note, or at the very least, give it a solid ending. But you know what? I get it. You do? Yep, and it took me a few videos to come to that conclusion. Maybe VeggieTales chose to honor the open-ended ending of the original Jonah story because they asked the audience, what have you learned that Jonah didn't? In other words, they kind of want you to reflect. How can you, the audience, show compassion to others? And how can you, the audience, show mercy to people even though they did you wrong? So yeah, while I still think Laura was a little shiznit for waving around her backstage pass like a spoiled brat, in the end, Junior decides to be compassionate and merciful by offering up his ticket. Oh yeah, and Bob and Dad are on good terms or whatever. Yeah, I forgot those two had a thing. Oh, wow, that's so not Jonah, guys. Nope, he's somebody different. Twippo, not sure you know who I am. But I'm about to drop the mic on this review. But there's just one problem, my guy. There's a tall asparagus from Bible Land. He has a monocle. Just like you. Oh, and hey, Khalil is here too. What a coincidence, right? And that was Jonah, a VeggieTales movie. And Filmer, I understand why this movie exists. You had a passion, and you followed it. You wanted to make a movie, and you did just that. But just because you have a passion doesn't mean that it'll be your ticket to stardom, or even financial success. This movie flopped for a number of reasons. This movie felt like it wanted to take some liberties with the Jonah Bible story, but you guys decided to keep the ending where Jonah learns nothing despite his ordeal with a literal whale. You guys could have taken some liberties there, but you didn't. Not to mention, there were many moments that were unnecessary. Like I've said, if I was to proofread this movie's script, I would have told you guys to go back and try again. I mean, that's what being a writer is about. Having people workshop your work. Otherwise, you get a movie that could have worked better as a direct-to-video thing. However, despite my criticisms of this movie, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I would have definitely watched this video or movie again. There's a reason why I still have this DVD in my VeggieTales collection. Despite all the stupid moments in this movie, they're always good for a laugh. And believe me, I love to laugh. So, you're okay with my movie? Fine, whatever. Alright, can I go back home now? I want to go back to the LarryBoy multiverse. So, until we meet again, Mr. Phil. Why aren't me and Mike back as Bob and Larry? Dang, that was a long saga. By the way, here's a playlist of my road to reviewing this epidemic. I mean this epic. Tomato, tomato, whatever. But hey, the Pirates movie may be another thing I get to review next. But then again, it'll take me a while to do that one because that was also a box office failure. But to be honest, that movie did way worse than Jonah. Yeah, you could thank your lucky stars on that one, Phil. But anyway, the eyes and plunger ears of the LarryBoy multiverse signing out. Unless Archibald Jonah has another mental breakdown, then I'll be sure to review that. Anyway, bye.